About to be live in like 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a new Water Wave morning show. I am Ricky. That is Wayne. Rocking the Gopher gear today. They just had a big win the other day.
Oh man, shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the Gophers. Not having the best of seasons, but
Not at all.
but they made some noise on ESPN, top plays and all that cool stuff the past few days. So, how's your morning going? Early Saturday morning.
Man, it's been going pretty good, man. You know what I mean? I ain't take it too I ain't go too crazy last night, just what I do. I just edited it, just chilled, watch some TV, and just relaxed, man.
I feel
How was your night, man? I heard you had an exciting night, man.
Yeah, we threw our show Black Friday at the it was called Black Friday at the Poor House. We brought out a bunch of underground scenes out there. Tarzan, Zodiac were the two headliners. Kumo, Big Kia, NZ Rose, and then Mighty LTTJ, Bandit Boys, Sunni, J Bonzi, Trap Lord Ty. Big cast out there last night. If you were there, it was fun. Thank you to everybody that came. But yeah, I woke up tired as hell this morning. I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to give my all today, but I'm feeling good now. Got a little coffee in my system and shower, all that. I feel a little bit better.
Oh, that shit got you refreshed, man. That's the best. That's the best thing in the morning because I woke up a little bit late too myself. I had to lift myself up another way, but we here.
Well, before I forget, let's take a quick video to promote that we're live on the gram for all of you in the live stream.
Let's do it.
Or in the rerun, you'll be able to hear us doing this right now, and you'll see it happening.
You're watching it live.
We are live right now for the Water Wave Morning Show. We got Wayne, we got myself, Ricky here. We are live. Tune into the Water Wave YouTube. Link
Tap
is in our bio. Come check us out. We're live until 11:30, so get in here. But yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been a lot going on, man. A lot been going on. Have you did you notice any the news about Ja Morant?
Oh, I don't know the exact facts, but I have seen that they've been trying to basically paint him as like a thug and like a gang member or whatever recently.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even them trying to paint him or if him helping them with the paint. You know what I mean?
What's like the scoop on that? What's the latest?
Well,
I seen
man,
a video of him with a chain the other day or something,
yeah,
looking crazy on the story. I seen it posted, so I don't know what's going on. But
so yeah, man. So when it first got news to me, it was like probably a couple weeks ago, and they were playing the Pacers, Indiana Pacers. This is a home game for Memphis. After the game, during the game, they got into a little scuffle. Ja Morant and one of the Pacers players. It spilled into the staff trying to come and break it in. Ja Morant rolls with a lot of people. His people be courtside, so they felt that they had to initiate themselves into an NBA fight. So I guess according to reports afterwards, while they were leaving, Ja Morant and his entourage pointed a laser beam at them at the Pacers staff.
The bus or something.
Yeah,
right?
the bus or some shit like that. So I'm like, they're saying that happened. And then I guess, from what I'm hearing now, after doing some research, they're saying that even the Ja Morant situation with him punching a 17-year-old kid happened last year. It just came out this year, I guess. Or this is it got thrown out. But whatever the case is, Ja Morant, sir, you do not make all this money to resort to this dumb way of living. You know what I'm saying? I don't get you, bro. Get the money. You made it to the NBA. You looking like the first motherfucker to trying to get out the NBA, kicked out the NBA. We ain't never seen no shit like that. You really treading a J.R. Ryder type of path. So relax. Get the money, Ja. Get the money.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus I've seen on whatever the Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp shows or whatever that one's called. I've seen that. That's Undisputed. Yeah, that seems to be kind of what they were talking about. That's where I've seen some of the updates from and whatnot. But speaking of basketball, the Wolves got a really good dub last night.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out
over
to
the Lakers. It's a big one coming close to playoff time and whatnot.
We need every W. It's too. I think we talked about it on Thursday. We see how tight and how close every fucking team is in the Western Conference. Yep. We need that. It's a lot of shit that the city's been getting. I'll say the city's been getting better in every aspect. I'll say, you know what I mean? To me personally, I lived there my whole life. So to have a good basketball team, the Vikings are on a good path right now, even though, we lost, whatever.
We got the best staff in the league, apparently, is what
really?
Did you see that scale?
No.
I'll pull it up for the viewers too. But
Really?
yeah, but so apparently the NFL conducted like a player survey where they could vote on their own staff, and the Vikings players voted like the best overall grade to basically the best team to be on is the Vikings off of staff, facilities, like how well they treat you.
Everything.
Basically everything. Yeah, the Vikings
See?
got the best one apparently, and like it's funny because there was some like
That's
I don't know,
great.
like some of them were just really low and really bad because it's like A through F grades, and
Right.
talking about like the training staff, the facilities, the whatever, everything down from A to F grade, and the Vikings had the best. So
Shit, shout out to the Vikings, man.
come to the Vikings, all you stars, come out here.
Yeah, come out. We love you out here. Shout out to the state, man. That's great to know because the way Anthony Davis has been playing, it's almost like we got a new Kevin Garnett, bro. We have a new Kevin.
You mean Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, yeah. I said Anthony Davis. See,
So make sure because we're still on the Lakers.
oh yeah, we just beat them. We just beat them. He had a nice game though. I'm not gonna lie. He had about 38 points, going crazy on us, but we still got that W.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about us giving away half our damn team to the Lakers? Like it was almost like it was like the Minneapolis Lakers for real.
Yeah, because we gave him Pat Bev left us,
He
but
left
he ended
us,
up going to the
but yeah.
Lakers eventually though, right? Is he on the
Yep.
Lakers now?
He's they bought him out. He's in Chicago now.
Jeez, he's going.
So
everywhere.
they got Beasley, they got Vanderbilt, they have D'Lo.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have another person?
Because they got rid of Russell for D'Lo. Basically,
Yeah.
was their swap they wanted. Who did we even get out of that? We got a draft pick.
We
or
got
something?
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley and like draft pick. Is that it?
I don't even remember if we do got draft picks. I don't think they were anything worth value because they weren't really mentioning them. We might have got some cash, but we got Mike Conley and Mike Conley did close the game out last night. I would give him that, but I just felt we should have. If that was the case, we could have just kept those three guys. If you ask me,
Yeah. Did D'Lo has this been like an ongoing situation that maybe like D'Lo's been wanting to leave or like they just haven't been clicking well? Because I mean, from an outside looking in, like I don't watch every NBA game or at least every Timberwolves game for sure. But I mean, it seemed like we had a pretty good trio or quad, team at the beginning of the year with Gobert, Cat, Edwards, D'Lo. Like, seemed like we kind of had our stars that we wanted. But
Right.
I don't know. Obviously, we got rid of D'Lo for what Mike Conley's a lot older too,
like
right?
30, like fucking 33, 30.
Yeah,
like
a
he's
lot
way
older.
older. Yeah, like Mike Conley probably got like 2 more years left in him.
And maybe we needed a little veteranship on the team to help, help Guy. But I mean, they know something. But maybe D'Lo wanted out. Maybe he wanted to go to the
There
Lakers.
was a lot of
I don't know.
rumors of that though. He was definitely not happy here, but it was kind of to me. It was due to his play. Like we all watched the playoffs last year with Memphis, though. You know what I mean? Like we all watched him choke. Like you, come on, bro. Like it got to be some accountability. We paying you millions. They're paying you millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be out here going through the motions and just expecting fans not to want results when we paying you the big bag. This is what stars are for. This is why you're a fucking star. We put you on a pedestal. That's why you get treated different because we expect you to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he figures it. Hopefully he figures that shit out because I know he's still fucking coming back from that injury too. So
Yeah, I hope. Man, I would love to see the Timberwolves make a playoff run. I know we talked about it a little bit on the last live, but I would love to see it happen. Just like for the city of Minneapolis to have something fun to do. Like we thought the Vikings were gonna do something fun.
yeah,
but no, they
break
didn't.
our hearts again.
Yeah, but I hope we could do something. I just hope it happens. So I want like if just to be people to be able to go to a playoff game in Minneapolis, like a 7-game series, not just a one and done. Or
Right.
whatever, and just to see like the atmosphere of downtown Minneapolis and like how it may work and how.
I
people
feel
may-
like we'll make the playoffs for sure. I feel like we'll definitely make the playoffs because, like you said, that's gonna be just like people that's not from here. Like I talk a lot of shit about Minneapolis. I just talk a lot of shit though. That is a beautiful place to be during the summertime. Like being like the whole state of Minnesota when you're in certain parts during the summertime. Our summers are lit. Like our summers are real beautiful.
I think Anthony Edwards said something like his rookie year here that they said like, "What's your favorite thing about Minnesota?" or something, and he said Lake Minnetonka. Or
Oh,
something
for
like
real?
that. Yeah, because I think, or like Lake Minnetonka on the 4th of July. It was something along those
Oh
lines.
yeah,
like,
that should be lit with the boats
yeah,
out there or
yeah.
on the lake. Yeah,
So I know-
those
I know
definitely are
they're
fun
enjoying it.
times.
I know
Fun
they're enjoying
times.
it. Also on the topic of basketball, the Gophers had the crazy buzzer beater.
It's a crazy comeback.
Crazy comeback overall. I woke up seeing the buzzer beater and kind of acted on it quick with the news post you viewers see on our page right now. We kind of just post a lot of like updates about Minnesota, and then after that, I see when on TikTok this guy was breaking it down like, you will not guess how this game ended, down by 10 with a minute left. Like there's this guy that does voiceovers for a lot. Like
They're down by 10 with a
they're down
minute?
by 10 with like a minute left in the ball, and Jamison Battle just kept smacking threes. People were getting put back layups. They were missing their free throws after getting fouled, like the Rutgers, and whatnot. But so first, I guess, yeah. What's your take on that whole game? And then I'm trying to figure out if we win, like let's say we run the table at the Big Ten tournament, do we make March Madness? Is that how that works? I forget. Like even if you're like a really bad team, but like you win the Big Ten tournament, you get a bid. Like
I really don't know about that because the record, they went on a 12-game losing streak.
Yeah.
On the verge, we're on the verge one, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. But I know you losing to a certain team by a certain amount of points. I know that shit matters a lot, so I'm not sure how. You know what I mean? But that game overall, that was just like it was great for the show. It was great for us to be able to wake up and talk about them because I really didn't want to wake up and talk about them losing 12 or 13 in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just shows, man, that even a bad team can have a shining moment. You know what I'm saying? Because what's his guy name? Jamison Battle.
Yep. Shout out Jamison.
Shout out Jamison Battle, man, because he probably just got some type of confidence now where, like you said, what if they do end up finishing out strong and finish the rest of these games? Is that possible? You know what I mean? Like, that's a good question.
Yeah, off a quick search, it is. Yeah, so regardless of how a team performed during the regular season, if they are eligible for full season play and win their conference tournament, they will receive a bid to the NCAA tournament. So basically, if the
they win the rest of the conference,
if the Gophers can go on a run, because at the end of the year, each conference hosts that tournament, and it's seeded by how well you did.
How well you did in the conference, right?
So yeah, so if they do run the table at the Big Ten tournament, then they make March Madness, and I'm sure if they I don't know how many games are left in the season, but if they ran the table on those and got like top 3 in the Big Ten, they could maybe get one of those lucky like 15, 16 seed playing game spots potentially. But yeah, I'm guessing their real chance is only
you got to win every game,
win the Big Ten basically.
You have to win the rest of it.
But man, they're so injury prone this year though. Like
how many players they got hurt this year?
Parker Fox and Isaiah Enan. Like I know Parker Fox was their biggest recruit. He was the number 2. He was like basically the MVP of Division II a couple years ago. And then he transferred here 2 years ago. He was supposed to play last season, tore his ACL in the preseason. Supposed to come back this season, tore his other ACL in the preseason.
What the fuck?
Same, and then another guy that they recruited from Germany, Isaiah Enan. Basically, him and Parker Fox are like, I don't know if they're the exact 2 tallest guys on the team, but they're 2 of the tallest guys, biggest guys on the team.
Is Parker Fox the guy that has a show on his channel too?
Yep, he does. He does the Double Down podcast.
Yeah. So
that's why it's called the Double Down podcast, because he doubled down on both knees.
Wow.
Yeah, and he has guests on the show that have had injuries, like crazy injuries.
Damn.
So Isaiah Enan is another guy that back-to-back seasons tore his same ACL, back-to-back preseasons. So those are like 2 of like the Gophers' biggest recruits that they're planning on having every single going into the season. We're recruiting around these guys, and now they're going into these seasons without their 2 main guys. Jamison Battle's another one of their stars too, of course.
Oh, is he? Okay, yeah.
And I think they had another injury too. I don't know who it was exactly, but they were super injury prone this year. They're playing with backups and freshmen and all this stuff. So I hope next year they can turn it around, or maybe towards the end of this year. But I can't wait to see Parker Fox and Isaiah Enan hit the court at the same time. Like 2 of your main guys, like they haven't played in the past 2 years.
Exactly. That's that's like a heartbreak. So next year's probably gonna be the year for them to get back to where they need to be. Because that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because Parker Fox was literally like the top ranked.
How tall is he? He about like 6'8", 6'10". How tall is he?
About probably like 6'7", 6'8".
I was gonna say
probably listed around there at least. If he's a little bit shorter, usually they list you a little bit higher on the.
Yeah, he looks that tall just from seeing him sit down. I'm like, motherfucker looks tall.
Super athletic dude, just dunking out the gym and shit. But let's get into some spicy news here, man.
Let's get it.
There's more Kias getting jacked. There's a bunch going on. There is a bunch going on.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy ass time. It's funny as shit. We was just talking about this shit on Thursday, and then Friday, a wild ass story happens, man. Yeah, man.
So I got an article pulled up here. Yeah, you guys see the fancy editing I just did. I moved Wayne myself up into that corner over there on the screen so I can show you the full article. But we got a title here. Car flips over bridge following police pursuit. 2 teens arrested. That's one thing just off the title. It's always young kids doing this shit.
That's the wildest shit to me.
It's always teens. It's never like grown man steals car.
And at the teens, it's always like they always say teens, but they always say we can't identify how old they are. So that it's a fucking kid. It's clearly like 14, 15. It's not a 17, 18. You know what I mean? So Yeah, man, it's always kids. I don't know what the fuck this means.
I know. So I'll read the full whatever. CBS News Minnesota is talking about a high-speed police chase in North Minneapolis ended when motorists went off an overpass bridge and crashed. The Minnesota State Patrol says a driver in a stolen Kia was speeding on Interstate 94 near Broadway Avenue around 7 a.m. The trooper tried to make a traffic stop as the driver exited to Dowling Avenue, but the driver failed to stop. Instead, the car fled and got back on the northbound Interstate 94, lost control of the vehicle, and crashed over an overpass bridge. Police say the car was going 94 miles per hour at the time of the crash. Crazy. Officials say 2 teens fled from the car. The driver is 14 years old and the passenger is 15 years old.
Oh, wow. That's
they crossed the highway below. I just think they can't put the name with.
Oh, they can't. Okay, yeah. Okay.
They crossed the highway below, but were taken into custody without incident. But I'm guessing. Oh yeah, so there's this picture right here for everyone watching the car that's like hanging off the bridge. I think is that what I'm seeing? Maybe there's a video attached. I don't know if it shows the car flipping. I'll try to. Oh yeah, there's okay. So it doesn't have the actual crash on camera, but there is. Don't take us down YouTube if I'm not supposed to play this. Oh, there is a video of the car flipping over.
Oh, they got a video of that shit?
Yeah, you'll probably see it on your phone.
Okay, I see it. 10
seconds.
Yeah.
Damn, so there's a video of the car flipping over.
That's a fucking fall.
That's crazy. Caught on cam.
How the nobody and they survived. See, man, hey man, they was playing GTA. That's too much Grand Theft Auto right there. I know what the fuck is going on.
Did you say that there was some type of demand for Kias to get recalled in Minnesota?
Yeah, I just saw some shit where the Melvin Carter, St. Paul mayor, said he made like a public announcement saying that Kias and Hyundais, they need to be recalled. You know what I'm saying? And we've been hearing about that, like other people asking that same thing. Mm-hmm. And I gotta just imagine, where the fuck is Kia gonna be in 5 years?
Yeah, this is
who the fuck would buy a Kia?
The Kia boys need a sponsorship at this point.
Yeah, they might as well get them a sponsorship.
The Kia boys need a sponsorship from like Ford. Like what is like if the Kia boy why isn't Ford like funding the Kia boys' movement?
Hey, what if they are? Hey, so what if somebody is funding this shit?
For every Kia you bring back to the undisclosed Ford warehouse, you get 10 bands.
Come on, you know they're gonna do that.
And if it goes viral on the internet, you get 15.
You get extra 15. Yeah, man, that might. Hey, somebody might be up to that because on the history of like carjackings and shit, we get people doing the old school way. They hot wiring it. They're using a screwdriver, that type of shit. The shit is made right now. It's like, why would you even make a car that's so? They had to know that. Oh, these cars are easy to be broken into.
What's the method? I'm sure it's probably no secret, but like, is it something simple? Like, is it just hot wiring, or?
I think they're doing some shit with the USB and some. Because I ain't look into how they're doing it, but I heard it was some shit like they're doing with the USB and like the way the USB is, they can like unhook that shit.
It's like an easy modern day worth.
Yeah, that's something. I could be wrong too. I could be wrong. I'm not into that. I'm not into the Kia boy jacking shit.
You don't steal cars often?
Nah, man.
You're too old for that. Apparently, it's only teenagers nowadays.
Man, bro. Yeah, like, and it's fucked up because when we were like around that age, we definitely did indulge in stealing cars and doing shit like that. But we wouldn't like hotwire a car. Oh shit, the keys are in there. It's shit like that when you're a kid, where it's like, oh shit, we're just gonna take this shit and. Like, one of my friends, this dude made the news for doing that shit. It was the funniest shit ever because it started off as like a good story. Like, this guy helped this lady with her car out in a snow blizzard. And then when he helped her push it out, she turned around and he took the car.
That's crazy.
And then he talked about, well, I was just turning around. It was just some funny shit. But the shit that's going on now is getting a little bit too dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, I'm surprised none of them got killed. Did you see that fall?
That flip over?
Like, man. There has to be a type of concussion.
And they got out and fled. Like,
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
How you get up and leave?
These dudes are Power Rangers. The Kia boys might be Power Rangers. I don't know what's going on.
No, I wonder if the Kia boys is like, if everybody that's stealing Kias out here, if it's like are they in like a group chat on Facebook or like
a big ass meet?
Yeah. Like, is this like an actual crew, or is people hearing about the Kia boys and being like, damn, I could do that too? Or is the Kia Boys a real broad, expanding cult? You
They
know what I mean?
probably
Like,
got like a little meeting, having little meetings and shit.
like you have to hit 5 Kias this month, or else you're kicked out the group chat.
That's your quota. If you don't hit your
Literally.
quota, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You're not a Kia boy. You a Honda boy. Go
Literally.
over there. Nah, I
Kia
mean,
boys.
the way this shit's happening, what we say before? What it say? Since January it was 700.
700
Do
in a
you
month
know
of
how
January.
crazy that shit sounds? You telling me 700 people got their shit stolen? Not car crashed, not tickets, not fender benders, stolen. That shit's crazy. I wouldn't even buy a fucking a Kia. Like people that at this point, it's almost like if you buy a Kia going forward, you a
You're
clown.
asking for it.
You
People gonna
asking
start taking
for
your
it.
logos off your cars pretty
Man.
soon. Just save yourself. But one law that's crazy in Minnesota that I didn't know until my car got stolen last year is if a police officer catches a stolen vehicle like on the road driving and they flip their lights on and they start driving away, they can't chase them. It's against the law in Minnesota to chase after a stolen vehicle, and I don't know why they did it in that video, but that's exactly why. How the car flipped over and it just causes more issues than they want.
I think they made that law because of that shit that happened over north a couple years ago. Remember, I don't know if you remember, it was a high-speed chase over north, and the dude ended up like crashing it. Like the cops chased him, and he ended up crashing into a park, and he killed a kid. And that also was connected to this first 48. Like that's why they don't do first 48 here no more. That case. They was like a lawsuit over that case because First 48 was covering it, and I guess like the state, I forgot who, it was something with the state and the producers. They got to this legal thing, and they basically just said First 48's no longer here.
Yeah, that's interesting because one of the cops did tell me that they can't chase motor vehicles, but that video obviously showed different.
They chased him, yeah.
So I just did a quick search. I'm trying to see.
I wonder how that works. Like, do they get to make a judgment call if they see like a little kid in the car? Because yeah, if you're not supposed to chase, shit. Imagine if they would have got killed.
Determine officer agency action. Yeah, I don't know. I just pulled up the real law, and there's a lot of fancy words on there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit, man. They check, man.
High-speed chases. A newly revised pursuit policy chases to situations following violent felonies, driving vehicles. Police pursuit, especially high vehicle crashes. Yeah, I don't know, but there's some weird policy where they're not supposed to basically chase after people if it's a stolen vehicle, which I'm guessing is because
they don't want people to get hurt.
Exactly, they don't want other cars crashing. They don't want to deal with a kid dying, flipping off a bridge.
You don't want to deal with a lawsuit. Chase. Like if like, man, that shit is. Do you remember that story that happened last year? I think where a dude was just driving and like the cop had a siren on him. He was like speeding, trying to hit somebody, and the cop ran through the intersection and cracked the dude, and dude ended up dying. You remember that shit?
I feel like I do.
Yeah, like shit like that. They're trying to avoid shit like that because it's like you gotta come on, man. You gotta pay the family now. He didn't. You caused the death. So yeah, I think that shit's just strictly some politics shit, like some real like nope, we're not chase nobody. Nope, let them go.
Yeah, because I remember asking them, I was like, so if you see them, like, you can chase them down. They said no. It's like basically...
And they know that.
Basically, if they find, like, the stolen car on the side of the road, like, parked,
they'll do it.
They'll stake it out for a little bit and try to wait for the guy to, like, go back to the car, unlock it, and then pull up on him so before he can pull away.
But they're not chasing nobody.
But they don't want to chase him, but... Yeah, maybe they can, but it's just, like, they choose not to unless it's, like, a specific situation or maybe, like... The car got stolen on spot, but if it's a reported stolen vehicle, like if that Kia was just stolen on the spot, boom, boom,
like
boom.
in pursuit type shit.
In pursuit just happened, yeah. But it's like if they see you at the traffic stop at the red light, and they run away, they're not chasing you. They're gonna be like, oh well.
You know what's fucked up? The people that hitting the licks know that. They probably know. They know that shit. That's probably why. And then like and even the young ones, they're not even really. They'll slap them on the wrist and keep it pushing. So it's like they'll do that shit like 4 or 5 times. They only get caught once. Then they'll do that shit 4 more times again, get caught again. By the time, like, come on, man, look how much damage is done there. But hey, at the end of the day, all that shit comes down to parenting, being parents, man. Because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you a good parent, for the most part, for the kids gonna make their choices regardless when they pick that phone up too. But for the most part, if you know what your kids is doing, that shit is gonna be preventable. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all gotta raise y'all kids, man.
Basically.
I can't even blame the kids for everything. Half that shit is what the fuck they see and what the fuck you're giving them as a resource to even cope with. You know what I mean? You're not even giving them nothing to do.
Literally. Another in the car stealing scene in Minnesota. Whoa, I just completely
Yeah, that shit's big
lost
here.
our camera real quick.
The car stealing scene in Minnesota. That's real as fuck. It's just crazy.
Whoa, I don't know what I just flipped our camera upside down. You see what's going on in here, chat? I don't know what I just did, but there we go. I fixed it. Minnesota moves to crack down on Cadillac converter thefts. Do you know what is a Cadillac converter? I'm young.
It's like this thing that goes under like trucks, big ass vans and shit. And basically, it's like I don't know exactly. I know they steal it for scrap metal. I never because I'm not that old. I'm not that old either to know like exactly what the fuck they're actually for. But I know that they use them. They're like real valuable scrap metal, like real valuable scrap metal, a certain metal that you can only get from a converter type shit. So. They have been.
Are people stealing that part of the car? They're not stealing the car.
They're going under the car. They'll cut them, and then they'll take them shits, and then they'll fucking go to their broker. Their fucking
for scrap. Basically.
Yeah, they're scrap. Cause I'm like, who the fuck goes to? I don't know if I found a whole bunch of Cadillac converters. Who the fuck would I bring it to? I don't know a metal. Yo, I got those fucking converters. Like who the fuck? It's like a chop shop
like
type of deal.
Like the copper wire under the like light poles or whatever.
Literally, it's like some random shit where it's like this is worth value, and it's like, oh yeah, you didn't know? No, I didn't fucking know.
$1 a pound or something.
Yeah,
but yeah, the article reads. It's a very long one, so I'm not gonna bore everybody in here to read. I can't. It would take me 10 minutes to read.
Yeah, that's just wild as hell.
But St. Paul, Minnesota. The Minnesota Senate voted Thursday to make it harder for thieves to sell stolen Cadillac converters, a crime that has skyrocketed across the country in recent years. Thefts of pollution control devices. Oh, so it's pollution controlled on the devices. Is apparently maybe for the car. From cars and trucks, more than quadrupled from 3,300 in 2019 to 14,000 in 2020. Jumped dramatically again in 2021 to over 52,000 stolen converters, basically, according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau. A major reason the sharp price for precious metals that go into converters. Ooh. Minnesota ranks third in the country for Cadillac converter thefts behind California and Texas, according to the State Department of Commerce. The agency isn't sure why Minnesota ranks so high.
Bro, hold on. You just said that we rank third.
Third in the whole country.
And Cali and Texas
are 1 and 2.
Do you know how fucking bigger them places is than us?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is going on here? No, they're having Cadillac converter meetings for sure. I don't know if they're not doing it for the Kia boys. They're definitely doing it for that because that's wild.
So thieves can get $500 to $1,500 a piece for Cadillac converters, but Marty told his fellow senators it can cost $2,000 to $3,000 for a car owner to replace one, resulting in higher insurance costs for everyone, and a victim might have to wait several weeks for a replacement part before they can drive their car again.
It'd be like in them old Cadillacs, bro, like those Coupe de Villes, those Cadillacs. But motherfuckers were, you know how many times I was a kid and like I was at like a friend's house and I was like, oh, how come your dad don't drive that car? And they was like, oh, because they stole this converter. And I'm like, nah, the shit is crazy, bro. Like that's like that's a crazy price too. That you said between $500 and $1,500.
Yep, basically that's like the used, the
street,
used market,
the
street
black market price, whatever.
And then if you're gonna buy a brand new one out of the store, yeah, 2 to 3 bands depending on your car. So yeah, that's wild. I mean, I live in the sneaker game world where people will go to Urban Jungle and steal a shirt and come here and try to sell it immediately. But luckily, we have a lot of connects with like all the store owners, talk with each other.
I was gonna ask you, okay. I was gonna ask you about something because it was something that came up a while back when what's the guy Polo G when he came here. Did you know about the were you aware of that situation? It was like he went to a store or a designer and then like I guess like the designer was showing his friends some shit and they like some people in his entourage stole the shit. Like what happened with that?
So I hope I don't get in any trouble talking about this.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to get anybody in trouble.
No, but basically like at the end of the day, Polo G himself didn't steal anything.
Right.
It was his crew that was with him. Piff is a very small store, like size wise, not necessarily like their branding. They're a pretty big brand in Minnesota, but the actual like their physical location of their store is pretty small. So they were in there like 20 deep before the show, like whole team in there.
Like so, it's like 15 people probably.
Probably yeah, like 15, 20 people in there. Like
shit.
And Piff is like as big as this room plus like another half, so it's very small. And there's like chrome, $1,000 Chrome Hearts tees, $500 Chrome Hearts hats, like basically a lot of expensive shit in that store. what I've heard is people basically are just pocketing shit while they're shopping.
So they're in there just taking.
They're in there taking shit. A couple people are shopping, obviously, to like, getting the workers in. Like the owner wasn't even there. So it was like his workers were there. It was
that's
like
the worst.
It was after hours. Like it was a recipe for disaster, basically. As far as I know, like Polo G himself didn't steal anything, but if you're in there, your crew's stealing shit.
Yeah, you gotta.
And the crazy thing is too, like even Piff showed me the pictures because they found all of them on Instagram. It's not too hard to find people on Instagram. They were flicking up in the fits at Winter Jam that they stole.
They're in the shit they stole.
Yeah, and I don't think there's been any like any legal shit. But the cops like showed up there that night and they let them all leave because like they just said drop, like basically for shopping, shop, if not leave. But they didn't like pat anyone down, like do you have anything in your bag, in your pocket? But after he like went and watched the cameras and fucking just checked, like he posted the screenshot and it was like $10,000 or $5,000 worth of merchandise that he said they stole.
That's some bum shit.
So it's definitely crazy story. Very like, and obviously Polo G didn't steal it himself, but like if you're letting your friend steal it in front of you, you stole that shit too.
Yeah, you right there.
Like you making probably 60, 50K off this show, and you bring your friends to a shop to steal. Like that's crazy. But I mean, the story's been out there. We didn't. I know Piff didn't want to push the buttons on it too much. But that's basically everything that was already known to the public.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man.
But yeah, it's fucked up, and it was the craziest thing to me. I'm gonna look right at the camera because some of you were these people. You guys were sticking up for Polo G. Piff posted a post. People in the comments like, you lying on Polo G's name. Bro, Piff has been in the game in Minnesota. He's owned a shop for 8 years. He's done collabs with Chief Keef. He's had even bigger names than that come in his store and do pop-up meet and greets. Why would this dude post you guys stole money or stole merchandise from my store?
For no reason.
You sound stupid standing up for Polo G. Like, imagine like fucking someone comes in here and robs, or a famous person robs us, and we try to expose it.
Y'all say y'all lying.
And now people can be like, no, you capping on his name. But because Piff didn't post a video because he didn't want those extra issues.
He could have.
He didn't want those extra issues.
Exactly.
Polo G was rolling deep that night, and he's not too far if his crew's in Chicago.
Right.
So it's like, at the end of the day, like, there would be bigger issues if you tried to blast faces and say this guy stole this guy stole that, this guy stole this guy stole that.
That's a fact.
There's insurance for a reason. Like, insurance will pay you back. Obviously won't pay back everything, but it'll pay you back some of it. So Yeah, whenever a Polo G song comes on now, I skip it. I can't fuck with it. It's just weird. Like I don't know why. He lost a level of respect for me. Like I don't got smoke with nobody a part of Polo G's crew or anything. Like if I seen him, I wouldn't say nothing to him. That's out of my business. Everybody knows what happened. So whatever. But it honestly just lost a level of respect. And I think if more people knew the story, more people would be on board with being like, this guy's grimy, or this crew is grimy, because No Jumper ran with the story. Like hip hop whatever on Twitter ran with the story. It was a big story, but there was no video release to give details. So
I saw Say Cheese
talked about it. But everybody was talking about it. But
it went away though. It went away so fast
because there was no video. So if he released a video, that shit would have went so viral. But I don't even know where the video's at. If he wants to release it, he's probably over it by now. But
yeah,
I know mainly he was trying to just basically get paid for the shit that they stole while he was still in town. Like that's what he was trying to DM about. And Polo G even commented on the post and said like, "You capping" or some shit.
Shit, who knows?
So yeah, crazy story about that, but
that shit's wild.
Yeah, that's But I only said what was already public, so don't get on my ass, Polo G's crew. Don't come around my store.
Yeah, I brought that shit up.
Don't send the boosters over here.
Yeah,
that's what they were saying. That's what they were.
I saw that shit.
Piff was getting so many threats for posting that shit. That's why they took it down. Their employees were getting like threats and shit about like.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. I ain't gonna lie to you. When he posted it, cause some like how he worded some of the shit. Cause even I said something. I was like, why he worded like that? Like he was like, yeah. They stole my, and then he was like, if you see him, and I'm like,
he's like, if you see him, can you ask this guy for the $10,000 and $10,000?
Yeah, but in this day and age, that's on, because like these idiots is dumb out here. You know what I'm saying? That could be like
like you want me to press him about it?
You see what I'm saying? Just be like, you see what I'm saying? Like that was like the slope for me. That's why I was like, bro, if you a business owner, you're a civilian, and you handle your business. You are a civilian, bro.
Mhm.
Do within your legal right and call the
Yeah.
cops on that. If ain't nothing wrong with that, you're a civilian.
Yeah.
But don't like that. That's the only thing I said about
Yeah.
it. But
So
yeah,
the situation's basically over. It's
That's-
over
that's
at this point.
crazy.
It's resolved in the idea that
we should
there's-
ask him if he got the video.
I mean, I know there's one there somewhere, but I don't think he's gonna
Nah,
release it.
yeah, he probably. He's,
I mean,
yeah,
he's
like you
already
said,
moved
he's
out of
probably
that
over it.
business. He's opening up a new location in
Oh, he
Minneapolis.
moved. Oh, he moved spots already.
Yeah.
Because of that.
His spot was very prone to getting broken into for a while because it was so small and he has that expensive merchandise.
Yeah.
He probably got broken into like every other month on average.
Oh, so they was on him, man.
Yeah, and it was just like,
It was just time to go.
and he did everything like he could besides putting cement blocks over the windows basically or like over the door to prevent it. But when
So that shit's over.
because it was such a small space, so you could get in and out in 2.5 minutes and have $10,000 worth of
Right.
shit. So it's like, so yeah. But I love guys over at Piff. They do everything right, honestly, and I'm happy they didn't. I think it was. I think it would have like definitely
made
helped
things
their
worse
brand.
if he would have.
It would have made things worse in the long run to post a video, but in that short run, you would have had a lot of people sticking up for you. You know what I mean? Like he would have had a lot of people being like, on his side. But the idea, like in the long run, it was probably a good decision not to release the footage because he would have this over his head every day he goes to work. Like tomorrow could be the day that someone comes in here because of the video.
No, you're not lying. You're not
So-
lying. Especially like when you got like a business like that where it's like you right here.
You're hands on. You're behind the counter.
You right here.
Yeah.
Like it's I hear you. Yeah.
But shit, someone stole our store. We blasted his ass.
That shit was funny.
He
I
wasn't
saw
a famous artist that had
I
a big posse, but yeah, someone stole some shit, tried to put it in his pants, and we just made him look stupid basically on the gram because it was
Was
just
that
some
the
random
one where
guy.
Kelvino called him?
It was I think it was Ouija and Vino were calling him out. Yeah, I wasn't even in the store. I just seen a group chat text one day with a video on it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it was someone.
Bro, it was funny. There was some shit that happened. There was this dude in St. Paul. He has a shop. Now I'm gonna just I'm gonna speak my mind. They say a lot of the shit he got in that shop is fake. I don't know the name of the shop. It's over by Harmar Mall. I don't know if y'all know. Y'all know. I guess not. I guess I saw a video. A young kid was stealing out of his store, and like the homie did the most. Where I'm like, he stopped him. He recorded him. He's like doing all this. What he like got him like kind of like choked up. I'm like, kid,
Ooh,
that's
yeah,
not even your
that's a little
kid. You
much.
can't be. I was like, even though he's stealing, he's a kid. You know what I mean? Like I ain't trying to. It's not like a full cop out, but you got to just react a certain way with certain things. And the funniest shit, everybody's just commenting like, who gives a fuck about him stealing that fake shit anymore? And I was just like, that's not the point. But that shit was still funny because I'm looking at some of the shit. I'm like, damn, that shit is fake as hell. Damn, little dude, you gonna steal some fake shit? Like, it was just the funniest shit. But nah, man, these kids, man, it all comes down to parenting, man. Like, that shit starts at home. I don't care what nobody says, man. Like, certain shit. But yeah, man. So like when y'all deal with like people stealing in y'all store, do y'all just kick them out? They can't come back again?
Yeah, we made amends with some people that stole in our store before. Like they would come in and they normally sell us some shit, but we caught them stealing one time. When we've changed our format of our store a bunch of times so that we can like, we haven't had a theft in our store in a long time, at least as that we know of, because obviously someone could have slipped by in the past year, but we haven't had any issues in a long time since that video, which
Right.
might have made people be like, oh, I don't want to get put on blast stealing
That
that
shit was
waterway.
funny as hell because the sound was on to this shit and too. That's why I was like, oh shit.
So some guys stole one time. We were like, hey, and they came back and we were like, hey, we know you stole. If you want to continue to do business with us, like sell us your merch or come and shop with us, you want us, the store to be a thing, you got to give us X amount of items or money for it. So whatever, they gave us like a
buy
vape
back
and a
in.
Supreme tea and like some some Oakleys or some shit like that in exchange for like the one tea they stole, which we had to make sure we wanted the deal. But so we've dealt with that. But there was one time, I've never talked about it on a pod or a live. Let me timestamp this because it's a pretty good story right here. Let's see.
Yeah, that's just
One
wild.
time in the store, this guy came in with a hostage. Crazy start to the
What?
store. He came in our store with a hostage.
Man, get the fuck out of
He comes in there, not like physical, like gun to his head hostage. You know what I mean? But like
Okay.
this dude
All
comes
right.
in like, find my shoes. Where the fuck my shoes at? And we're just like instant. That's what he's saying to this dude. And he starts walking around. We're like, what is going on? This dude's walking around like super hard body, like hand like this in his jacket pocket. We're like, bro, what is going on? And bro's coming up to him like, I don't see him in here. And he's like, "Where the fuck my shoes? Where the fuck my shoes at?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "This dude stole my shoes and sold them to y'all 6-7 months, whatever. He sold them to y'all. I know he sold them to y'all." And bro came in, he's like, "I don't see him in here." And the dude that he brought in as a hostage, we ain't seen him in like 6-8 months. So if he did sell us some shit that was stolen, it was well long time ago, gone. Like,
But he did sell y'all some shit.
He looked some kind of
He looked
familiar.
familiar,
He
okay,
looked
yeah.
familiar, so I'm like, but you know, there's a bunch of sneaker shops in Minneapolis too, so he could have been capping about what store it was.
No, facts, yeah,
So
facts.
bro
yeah.
comes in here demanding shoes from us, like, "I need y'all shoes. I need shoes right now. I need my shoes." And we're trying to figure shit out. Like, we got this fucking button that calls the cops if we just hit it, and the fucking button fell off the thing, so there was no button there. We couldn't find it.
Right.
But bro's walking around like this, pointing. I'm like, bro, like, legally, can I shoot this guy right now? Because we all carry in the store.
Did he
like,
say anything to y'all?
eventually he said, "Y'all gonna leave here, but you ain't gonna leave here." Like, he said that, which is basically saying, like, you gonna get carried out of here. That's a threat. And he had this one big dude with him. So it was a skinny ass dude with the gun, a big ass dude, and then the hostage. Bro, big ass dude. So I go to the back while they're kind of handling it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just call the cops since our button isn't working. I'll go back there and call him. Bro starts coming into our back room, sees me on the phone. "Oh, y'all on that. Like, I see how you're doing. I see we got whatever. Sees me on the phone, and I'm just like, y'all might have to hurry up. Like, this dude is like kind of tripping right now. And they still hang out for a while, which is crazy. Like, they didn't like just dip instantly. They hang out for a while. We start to like, all right, like, we'll get you some shoes, kind of trying to stall a little bit. So we go down and like grab the one shoe that he said, "Oh, those are mine," or whatever that he stole. We're like, all right, but it was like a cheap ass shoe. We like start to go grab it for him, and then this homie comes back in there and like shoves me, like the big dude shoves me, and I'm like, all right, well, I ain't gonna like swing on this dude. I don't know if he got a gun on him or nothing. Then he's 5 times my size. And then
shit, man, you
fucking eventually the cops show up. They see it like right as they're leaving, like, "All right, man, fuck this shit. Let's get out here." Cops show up and you see them just dip. And the hostage dude stuck around. He didn't leave. He was like, I'm staying here. He dips, and the cops come in and they're like,
did he talk to the police?
Happened?
The hostage?
So we basically explained the situation. Like, the hostage dude was just kind of sitting there quiet for a while, and then they were like, wait, we didn't say nothing either because we were like felt bad for bro.
Right.
Like, we didn't say anything. He's like, wait, so why are you here? And he's like, oh, he couldn't speak to him. He's like, oh, we're like, oh, he came in with them. And he's like, why didn't you guys say nothing? You know, put my hands behind your back, the whole thing. And we let bro explain. I was like they brought him in here saying, you know, he stole. So we just explained the whole story to him, and he's like, he basically let bro go and whatever because he didn't do nothing wrong. I was like, yeah, don't worry about him. He didn't do nothing wrong, but just.
You ain't seen him since?
They ended up catching the dudes on the when they were running away. So they caught them. We gave them like whatever trespassing shit, so they can't DM us, they can't come to our store, they can't do this and that, whatever.
That's wild.
They found the gun that they ditched, so he did have a gun on him because he ditched it, and they found it fully loaded, everything. And I even talked to the cop after they seen the video when they're doing that, and he said legally, like, I was like, so if they have a gun and they're putting it to their shirt, is that enough for me to like for self-defense if they're threatening to? He's like, well, can you shoot it? Does a bullet go through a jacket? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, then legally, yeah, that's a threat. He stuck a gun up at you, so you could have killed him. And his friend pushed me, so I was like,
that's enough right there.
Yeah, and I didn't even bring that up when the cops were there too, because there was so much going on.
You got to get out right now. I'm in fear for my life. It's that simple.
Yeah, and there's customers in there too, and so it's like that's the last thing we want to do is shoot somebody in our store.
But that's gonna fuck up everything. You shoot somebody in your store, you're gonna be closed for business.
Unless like someone comes in directly, like boom, 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 like with it up in their face, and then someone
got to be open and shut case.
Quick,
yeah,
boom, and it's just like. And there's no like,
even then
you
it's
just don't
messy.
Want
exactly. Even
I'd rather
then,
let
you
someone
don't
take every single shirt off our rack than kill him in front of a customer. Like that's the last thing I would want.
Even people that don't even got their license to carry, you have once you use your gun on somebody, you're not gonna have your gun for a while. So it's not like you just it's an easy bill. You get to go home. No, you're not gonna have your gun for a minute. So that's why it's like even going into that whole lane of I'm about to shoot this dude. You really better just you know what I mean? It better be life and death because they teach you that anyway. You got to avoid every situation. Nope, I don't even want no problem with you, bro. I'm gonna go to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave. You have to leave. You have to be the de-escalator. They have to be running up on you. So that's why it's like a lot of people don't know that. They think they get a gun license and that means they can just talk shit. Like my man's shout out to my boy Jerome, Rice to Bear Arms, man. He is a gun instructor. He always says, you not knowing how to fight is not going to save you with shooting somebody. You can't be doing that. You got to avoid situations. You have to move a certain way. But, that's neither here nor there, man.
Crazy life we live.
Crazy life,
but
bro.
yeah, you can't just Yeah, that's another thing with the gun laws. It's just so, especially in Minnesota, there's no stand your ground or anything. It has to be full self defense. Like you have to fear for your life, and you have to prove that you feared for your life. And even like if there's cameras around, you can even say like, "Stop right there!" Like, "I will shoot." I will, like, almost like on some like cop shit.
You
Like,
have to.
freeze! Like, don't come any closer with that weapon, or I will shoot you. Like, you have to like, express that,
Facts.
which is just crazy. Cause I mean, it's probably better that it's like that way, honestly.
I mean, I was just gonna say that shit. I was gonna say, bro,
the way
I don't want to stand
Minnesota
your
is,
law here.
the way Minneapolis is right now, it's probably better that it's.
I don't want no stand your ground here. Like motherfuckers don't even know what that means. There's so many people in St. Paul alone that got arrested for bodies with legal guns. Like these dudes thought they was doing something. You know what I mean? They thought they was defending themselves, and they like, no, you going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no, you. I remember this dude killed the dude over a spot in the fucking line, bro, at a gas station. Like. This is what we come to. That's why y'all have guns. Like that's not how you supposed to use it.
I mean, it's not. While we're on the topic of sticking around news time, I guess we did kind of get off the news on the
We
tangent.
did, yeah. We started talking for a minute, yeah, for sure.
But another thing that we talked about on on Thursday's episode was the Khalil Azad story, or Azad, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But there's supposed to be, or at least there's demands for the footage, the body cam footage, to be released. According to Georgia Fort, she says Robbinsdale police released a statement Friday night saying they will release the video footage of their encounter with Khalil Azad early next week. Khalil went missing on July 3rd, 2022 after the encounter. His body was found in Crystal Lake 2 days after. So apparently there's going to be some body cam footage released. For all of you that maybe missed Thursday's show or are unaware of what's going on so far in this case, Khalil Azad was pulled over by the cops last summer, fled the car, apparently ran towards a lake or a river, and was pronounced missing. He found his dead body came up in a stream of water somewhere in a lake river, and was listed as an accidental drowning. More photos and a bunch of pictures of his body resurfaced, and it shows that he was most likely beaten to death by what the family believes and what a lot of people believe, and what the story honestly adds up to is by the police officers and the K-9 unit that was with them. And I know once they release this footage, it's going to answer a lot of questions that people have had and just clarify a lot of things. It's a crazy ass story. I feel bad for him and his family that they have to go through this. Another just crazy police incident in Minnesota that
we too lit right now.
You know?
Yeah, we too lit right now when it comes to this police shit, man. Like that's why I like, let's put this footage out, man. Let's see what the fuck happened, because like people still even gonna want answers even if it's not enough, in the video. So hopefully the video shows enough to where we can see what happened. You know what I mean?
Because the first video that they release isn't going to be what people want. It's going to be like everything but what they want.
You know that. Facts. Yeah. That's why they're reviewing that shit right now. They're editing that shit right now. They're figuring out the best way they can try to make it seem like they didn't do nothing wrong. So that's what's scary, because when you do that type of shit, that's when these keyboard warriors and the fake looters come out and all that type of shit. But at the same time, you got to deal with a man's family that want answers. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this video is proven to do justice, because, bro, if it's not, we gonna see another one, man. It's getting warmer already.
Yeah, because there's more and more articles that have been coming up. More and more news sites have been picking up on it, which is good. It was flying under the radar for a little while.
Watch Monday.
We're supposed to get some updates. What did it say exactly? Because early next week. So
early next week we're supposed to get
hopefully by the time on Thursday when we see y'all again on next Thursday, we have more to talk about in this situation, and hopefully there's answers out there. I know this is gonna, if it is as bad as everybody thinks it is, there's gonna be a lot of fucked up shit that happens in Minneapolis. It's gonna be another riot. I guarantee it.
It definitely is.
It's going because honestly, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be some bad shit that happens if the video releases and it's exactly what people have been
I hope
speculating.
It don't look if it looks crazy, man.
Like if they really ran down on bro and beat him up and threw him in a river, bro. it's not gonna be good for
Even
anybody.
if it's a situation where he ran from y'all chased him down and he jumped in the river and he was fucked up from the fall and y'all just left him there, that's still fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
And didn't like report.
and then you got dog, and then
it.
like just the fucking thought of his dogs around. That shit bring you back to like slave runner shit. Like the slaves running and the dogs is chasing them, they running in the water, they drowning shit. Like that's going back to like real other, we don't need that shit here right now. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, we gonna see, man. Because the videos, everybody just waiting right now. It's like it's like the lottery numbers are in, and everybody's just waiting to see. Like, all right, let's see what's going on. We all just waiting now.
Yeah, and they're saying his body was found in whatever lake it was in. I wish I had more facts about it, but
that's what I was trying to find out too. Like, where's the lake?
Like what exact lake it was, or because obviously he says that his body was found in 2 foot of water. So obviously he could have like floated downstream for a long time until he got to the 2 foot of water, but from multiple articles I've seen, it was that he like, how could a 6 foot man drown in 2 foot of water, or 2 feet of water, and like I don't know if he, if what they say, if he drowned, if he jumped into a deeper part and floated into a shallower part where he got found, how that works. But I've seen that in multiple articles where it's like, how does a 6 foot man drown in 2 foot of water? Yeah.
If they do a thorough investigation and just say everything that they can answer, the people will shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They're not saying shit. That's what making it seem like y'all did something foul.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did something foul, man. Because this shit happened in July.
Yeah, I think his body was found.
His body was found in July, right?
Went missing on July 3rd, 2022.
July 3rd, and they found it. Yeah, like what day did they? If he went missing
on July 3rd, at 0127 hours. So what's that? 1:27 in the morning. Robbinsdale police officers attempt to make a probable cause DWI traffic stop on the 4. Let me show y'all this too. On the 4,200 block of Country Road 81, the vehicle did not pull over, and a pursuit was initiated. The driver lost control of the vehicle, and the vehicle came to a stop on the 3,900 block of Lakeland Ave. One person in the vehicle, adult male, fled the scene of the traffic stop and was never located despite a search of the area by Robbinsdale Police Department, the Assistant Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, neighboring agencies, and Minnesota Patrol Flight Division. So yeah, that's when it happened. On July 5th, 2022, approximately 59 rounds were dispatched to Crystal Lake, reports of a body. So he was found 2 days after.
I just don't.
Water on the shoreline.
Man, I done been in foot chases with police, running from them, all types of shit. I'm just not buying this. So y'all tell me y'all pulled somebody over, they fled, y'all see where he went, and y'all just didn't. Come on, bro. I'm not believing that, man.
Okay, so Robbinsdale Police Department this was a new. Oh yeah, so March 3rd they made a statement actually yesterday.
What'd they say?
They said, and this is all via Live on Lake Street, by the way, as you can see on the screen. This past week, we have received inquiries with regards to the cause of death of Mr. Azad. This has fueled many questions from the community. Although a thorough investigation was completed last year in an effort of transparency, we support an independent agency to review all related evidence, reports, and information regarding this incident. The Robbinsdale Police Department has formally requested that the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension conduct an independent review. Further, Robbinsdale Police Department is in the process of gathering camera footage from the incident and will be releasing it early next week. Boom. So that's.
So that's what they officially just said.
That,
oh, well, shit. Well, it's on. It's on. All we gotta do is one. It's on.
This shit's fucked.
We gonna see, man. That shit impacts the whole state.
I was reading the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. Make your voice heard. So Oliver North says he smells a cover up. Someone asked why in Minneapolis if it happened in Robbinsdale? Is that like Robbinsdale is not Hennepin? Is that
Man, you got to be a clown to ask a question like that because it happened in Robbinsdale, but everybody knows that if something happens in anywhere in any metro in the city, it's gonna fall on the whole Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Is Robbinsdale Hennepin County? I don't know how that works.
I don't think that's Hennepin County.
I don't know how that shit works.
I'm pretty sure Robbinsdale is a whole different county. I don't know if it's Cook County or some shit, but it's
anything that happens in a suburb around Minneapolis is gonna be labeled
in the metro. It's gonna be labeled it. Like
it's gonna be labeled Minneapolis. I don't know if there's like a reason why certain police departments handle certain things or whatever. I'm not educated in that type of stuff, but yeah, it's fucking
shit. George Floyd fucking died in Minneapolis. That shit spilled over to St. Paul and everywhere else in the United States. So it's like people just gotta use their fucking brain if they got one.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough. Yeah, I can't. We basically just got to see this footage come out, and that's just gonna. It's
What
gonna
you
fucking
think?
break the
What you
internet
think will happen?
everywhere.
What you think will happen if the footage shows like basically like proves that the cops didn't do nothing wrong? I just
I
can't
don't
see
know.
it because I
I,
feel
I
like y'all
can't
left
see.
them. If y'all left them there, that's still wrong, though, right? Because how do you chase somebody? Like you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like regardless, the cops definitely didn't do their full
They didn't
job.
do their full job.
No matter what,
Yeah,
the cops didn't
it
do their
doesn't make
full job.
sense.
Cause how are you? I mean, I understand a cop could chase someone down and lose track of him.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't like. I don't know. It just seemed like if you knew, because if you
So
knew
will.
in the report he was running towards a lake, like you would think like, oh, like we know his direction. He ran towards a lake. Let's search around this lake all night for him, or like he probably should do, right? Like I don't know how that shit works,
Bro,
but
I'm telling you that's
like,
how that would work,
yeah,
bro.
like
They're
it
not
was,
just gonna leave.
we'd be like, oh, he ran away.
He got
fuck
away.
it. Yeah, he got away. Like we'll figure it out
And
later.
and you're in an area. That's why we was talking about. I want to see the area because it's even like it goes into like, you know, thought process. Do you really think he got away? Do you really, you know what I
Like, you
mean?
think,
Like,
oh, dang, he got away from us. Fuck, we'll get him
yeah.
next
Or do
time.
you really,
But
man?
no.
What if a situation is like, boom, he fell, he fucked up, he fucked himself up. Y'all saw him fuck himself up. Y'all like, damn. Well, shit, I guess he got away and just walks away. That's why we got to see the footage, the audio. And I hate when they put out the fucking footage, right? And then they be blurping out certain shit. I'm like, no, what did he say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know certain things they'll blurp out names and certain things like that and addresses, but some of them footages, man, I guess they'll block it out for the safety and just probably save it for the trial. But yeah, we got to hear all the audio because that's the most important. The words you're saying right after something like that happens. How are you feeling? As like, you know what I mean? Like y'all supposed to protect and serve. Y'all be forgetting that.
Yep.
Like
Justice for Khalil Azad. We'll get answers soon. This next week, we should be seeing a video. Make sure you guys are looking for that.
shit is crazy.
Share it. Let everyone know when the truth comes out. You know, we gonna spread it as soon as we find everything about this.
Yeah, facts.
In other news, an armed patron sends Mystic Lake Casino in brief lockdown.
Yo, he must have lost everything. I know Rich do now. That motherfucker had to lose everything because I looked into that story. Nothing happened. There's not even. Is there anything else new?
There's literally the smallest article on CBS. In Prior Lake, Minnesota, there were some tense moments Friday night at a popular Minnesota casino. Police say a patron brought a gun to Mystic Lake Casino in Prior Lake, leading the casino to send out an emergency alert while they looked for that person. Officers eventually arrested them in the parking lot. No one was hurt.
I don't even understand why they even reported that because we need more details of what happened. How'd you know he had a gun? Was he like walking with the gun on his hip? Was it concealed? Was it in the carry? Was he walking around waving the gun in the air like he was Millie rocking? What the fuck was he doing with the gun?
Yeah, let me check another article to see if there's any more. Yeah, this one's even another tiny article talking about a 39-year-old man was arrested Friday. Police say he pointed a gun at security personnel.
Oh.
Ooh. So this is via KSTP.
What the fuck is going on? Homie
So
lost
here we
his
go.
money?
We're getting a little more context now. Prior Lake officers were called to the casino after 4 p.m. Friday and were told a man had pointed a gun at security. Officers found the man in a parking lot and arrested him. At the time of his arrest, a man had a loaded handgun.
They didn't release his name or anything, did they?
Uh-uh.
Man, say that
Man was booked
motherfucker's
in Scott
name,
County
man.
Jail.
I hate when they don't say the people's names. Who's he related to?
There you go. Don't point. If you go to a casino, don't point your gun at the security.
Yeah, don't do that. You know what I
No matter how much
mean?
you lost, that's not worth it.
That's gonna get you kicked the fuck out for sure.
That's wild.
That's wild as hell. So I really want to know. I really want to know the background of that. We're gonna have to follow up on that if they release more details, cause
or if they release any footage.
Or some footage. Yeah.
Because I wonder what the context is behind that. Like you just got mad at the security guard, you were too drunk, lost all your money. Like there's a lot of things that could have happened.
I done
don't
seen
know.
some wild shit at casinos, bro, where it comes to like domestics and shit like that. That could have been a situation of a guy finding this girl in a hotel room with another dude. Man, who knows?
Are you like to gamble at all?
Man, I used to gamble when, like on the video game, but I do not like to gamble, bro. Like the thought of me losing something, gambling, it pisses me off.
Well, I've gambled way too much in my
Like
life.
what
for
though?
all-
Like when you
like
say
blackjack.
oh, so you actually
Blackjack,
gamble?
baccarat, fucking roulette.
I try
like-
roulette.
I like to play poker though, so I'm a big Texas Hold'em guy, and like that's like the most fair way to gamble,
about it.
bet on yourself basically, because it's all like there's a lot of skill based in, and you're playing against other people, not playing against the house where you're supposed to lose. Or you're playing against other people. If you're better than them, you can make some money. But yeah, I like to gamble. I don't really like Mystic Lake though. I like to go to Canterbury Park because it's no smoking, and I think Mystic Lake might be no indoor smoking now too.
Really?
At least it was during COVID. But yeah, I like to play poker. I like to do that type of shit. But I haven't gone in so long because I was definitely like on the verge of like
Michael
gambling
Jordan
addiction.
You was like you was on your Michael Jordan shit.
Oh, he lost a lot of money playing.
Man,
baccarat
Michael
or
Jordan
something,
was
right?
they said Michael Jordan was like they said he still is like
It was in his documentary.
it was in Last Dance too.
Last
Yeah,
Dance of him going to the casino a few times, right?
they said that's why his dad got killed.
Because he lost too much money gambling.
So,
and-
allegedly, they said
Allegedly?
yep. They said his dad died due to him not paying a fucking
mafia
debt,
boss or
a
something.
debt.
Who
And then they
knows?
said the NBA found out about it, and that's why they said the NBA found out about it and they suspended him for a year, and that's the year he played baseball. Like they covered it up. They didn't want it. And I tell people
That's
that
crazy.
might be one of the most darkest things that might be true about Michael Jordan, because he has a gambling problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
Damn.
yeah, man, a gambling shit is fucking deep, man.
Yeah, I'd never. I'm a type. I'd bring like $100 to the casino, but if I lose it, I'm pissed. Like it's $100.
Yep.
Like fuck, that's fucking. The worst thing is like driving to the casino, already having a low tank of gas,
Ooh.
and then losing $100 and having to put gas in your tank to go home.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst. You just spent
Yeah.
$140 on a full tank of gas.
You just gave them
basically.
money. You literally just gave them offering. It's like you went to church or some shit.
Yeah. So I learned always get gas and get your food before you go to the casino. So if you lose it, you don't have to worry about spending any more money the rest
No,
of the
you're not lying. Because who the fuck wants to stop at a gas, especially in Minnesota? Most of the time we go to casino, well, it's always winter here anyway. You don't want to be pumping no gas cold and you just lost your funds. Like, get the fuck out of here.
What
That
is-
type of shit is crazy.
Another topic that's kind of maybe more personal than more than just like a broad statement, but how do you feel about like just like gas stations in Minneapolis and St. Paul, like going to gas stations? Like I went to one gas station, I was wearing a nice jacket,
Mhm.
and as soon as me and my girl walked in that door, there's like people outside, they followed us right in that bitch, and we just got the fuck out of there, because it's like, you walk in with a Canada Goose jacket on, they see a $500 bill that they could go fucking anywhere and get $500 for it or something.
Yeah.
And it's sketchy out here, and it's like, I don't, like me personally, I don't even pump gas at night anymore.
You said you don't?
Unless if I pump
You gotta
gas,
load that bitch with a gun.
what's that song? Pump gas with my gun out. What's that?
You
Nardo
got
Wick?
to, yeah.
Literally, I haven't pumped gas in Minneapolis without my hand on my pole, and I don't know how long. Like literally, I don't take it out, but it's in my pocket in my hand. Like I don't, like I have like, cause one, at least at night. During the day, like it'll probably still be on me, but not
Right.
like ready. But at night, bro, with carjackings, with everything, with people even just coming up to you if you're by yourself at a gas station, corner, whatever, tiny ass gas station, this should be sketchy.
Yeah, I would say me personally, like I don't know how it is in the app really, you know what I mean? But St. Paul, they're definitely the youngins give up way too early. And what I mean by that is it's a lot of crackheads at gas stations and they're young. When we was out there, when I was like 17, 18, 16, the crackheads were older people and they still had working jobs. These dudes had jobs. They had almost careers damn near. Nowadays, bro, I see young dudes younger than me. I'm 29, younger than me, up there already off the shit. You know what I mean? They can't even function, pants falling off their ass. And I notice what they do. They target certain people, bro. They will target certain people. I've seen this white guy, literally, he just went in there he was on the phone talking to his wife. He literally went, he not even from, he was passing through. He said, yeah, honey, I had to stop here to get some. One of the main crackhead dudes there, right, is pressing him, but like on some, come on, man, let me, you know what I mean? He ends up, he folds, and he ends up giving him way more. I know he didn't want to give him, gave the dude like 20 bones. I'm like, I know you didn't want to do that, but I just watched that shit happen. So they target certain people and they try to make sure, I mean, at least in the ones in St. Paul, the app,
Yeah.
the app is a little bit different, bro. Like the app, like Cause even like shout out to all my Somalis. You know what I mean? I fuck with my Somalian people out there. I got many people, but you remember they was literally targeting white people on the train station. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things, certain politics that happen, and you know what I mean. Like that don't happen in St. Paul. Like St. Paul, yeah, you might get mugged on the light rail randomly, but they're not finna just target you just because you white in St. Paul. In Minneapolis, I feel like they more be on shit like that just because. Y'all city, it's bigger. It's bigger. St. Paul's like some real neighborhood, small town type shit. Minneapolis is different. You got all types of different people coming in and out Minneapolis mainly. So I think it's a little bit different. But the generation that be at the gas station now, they gave it way too early, bro. So that's what I would say about that. Too many young crackheads.
And that I think has to do with like the fentanyl shit and all the pills and stuff now too.
It's that they're actually on Fetty. I seen motherfuckers. They asked for that shit.
Purposely on Fetty.
They asked for that shit, bro. I told somebody that, I was like, they asked for that. The amount of ODs, bro, that in my city, I'm like, God damn, y'all overdosing off doing drugs. Like, death is fucked up anyway.
Yeah.
But to be thinking that we not even 30, we're not 30. How is this shit not like the 80s? It's kind of resorting back to the at least for the younger generation, the drug abuse. It's kind of resorting back to the 80s with the younger generation. Cause I'm like,
I've seen a lot of people fuck away their life, their
off drugs.
careers, like their potential, a bunch of shit off perks, Zans, which turns in nowadays which is basically fentanyl perks, fentanyl Zans. Because I did an interview with.
I was gonna ask you that. I swear to God, I don't know what you're gonna say. So let me get this. Because you interview a lot of the younger generation. Do them dudes do a lot of them be on drugs? Or do you feel like they need the drug to like get through an interview, or how?
I'd say a lot of them like to smoke, like to be like smoke for interviews, which I can get behind because I smoke sometimes for interviews if I'm like comfortable and I know the person and I don't have to worry about like what am I gonna say next because I might lose a thought.
Right.
But I'd say like I try not to like interview people that are too drug heavy. I did do an interview with somebody that I have taken it down since because it wasn't painting the best picture of him, and he's been like through like rehabbing and getting sober for the past like year or more. So it was one of my biggest interviews too, but I privated it at least for now. If I do another one, he comes back sober, maybe that'll be like a time people can look back and be like, damn, he's grown from that.
Right.
But for now, definitely I took like that interview down because it's like something on my page. Like I don't want anyone like obviously like off a perk or off a Zan on my show. Like it's not a good look for me. It's not a good look for my brand. But at the time, this was like 3-4 years ago, I didn't know the difference between if you're high off a blunt, high off a perk, high off a Zan. I didn't know what, like some people smoke a blunt and can barely talk.
That's definitely true.
Some people pop a Zan and it's the same thing as they could run a mile, like
still be coherent and
still
shit.
Be coherent. So I didn't know the difference back then, of like, oh, maybe he's too high for this right now, or because like the interview I'm saying he smoked a blunt before the podcast. But I don't know what he did before that blunt.
Right.
So like for all my knowledge, he smoked a blunt, hopped on the pod with me. He was talking a little high, a little slow. But it's like, damn, you're just thinking longer. It takes you a little bit longer to get a sentence out because we just smoked this blunt.
Right.
Or whatever. So yeah, so to really answer your question, like if I don't want to have anybody on my show that's like blatantly fucked up. That's just not it. It's not what I'm trying to push, and it's not what I think even like the music game is even trying to push anymore. Like, man, now that it's so like the pills are fucked up, because I did an interview with a Coca Club and Young Wabo. Young Wabo's a guy. He lives in Philly right now. I don't know exactly where he's from. Coca Club is from St. Paul, I believe. He's from out here. And they were talking about like they used to do Zans and shit like to get high, but now it's like since the game's been so fucked up, they don't even take Zans anymore because because back in the day you could take a Zan and know what you get. Like I've never taken a Zan, so I don't know the experience, but like they would say you could take a Zan and you're gonna get high off a Zan. Nowadays you take a Zan, you could die like as quick as that. You could start like twitching and start being like a completely different feel because it's made in a basement somewhere cut with fentanyl or some shit. So it's like the times have really changed to
Yeah,
even like be at the top point where it's like, oh, you take Xans, like that's fucked up. But back in the day when like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp were the biggest artists, they were popping Xans like, and they, you know, and it wasn't a big deal. Everybody started popping Xans, and people became drug addicts off Xans, but they weren't dying off of Xans as much unless you overdosed. But like off of just popping a Xan, no one, you know, you're not gonna
these
die.
perkies,
So like,
these perkies is taking motherfuckers out.
yeah,
These perkies is like, man, that's just like the motherfucking the fucking vaccine, man. Like that, when that shit first came out, that shit was dropping motherfuckers, man. Because even it's so bad. Did you see that fucking song that like went viral? It's like on TikTok, bro.
perk 30, I just got a perk 30,
Bro.
perk 60, I just pop perk.
I thought that shit was like a parody song. I do some research. I'm like, homie, serious. This is a real song.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with that type of shit, man.
And it became a trend.
That shit is, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm glad my era was the era that I grew up in, and I got to soak the game from the older people I knew in life, because we was never rapping about drug abuse. So that was never preaching about drug abuse. This is like, it's almost like the roles completely switched over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not about getting money. It's not about building something legacy for your family. It's not about building something bigger than you. It's about getting high, spending all the money, not having nothing to show for, and you lit, and you high all the time. Nah, man. Being sober is the new high, man. For real. Being sober, like, I don't even the drinking shit. Niggas gotta calm down with the drinking. The alcohol is destroying you motherfuckers too. You already got low self-esteem because you on Facebook all day. What the fuck? Why you drinking alcohol? You know what happened when you come down off that? You're gonna want more because you want to feel like how you felt before, because you don't feel like that normally. So it's just simple, bro. People just gotta stop being, I don't know. I mean, I ain't gonna say stop being crackheads. I'm gonna say just want to take care of your body better.
Yeah.
Want to take care of your body.
Fucking, I had a few drinks at our show last night. I woke up feeling crazy.
You said a few, not even a lot?
No, I had like 3 drinks. And
Okay.
Like 3 fucking, we bought a bottle of Tito's in the section for our concert and shared it with like 10 people.
10 people,
I had like fucking 3 drinks of some Tito's orange juice, and I woke up feeling dehydrated as hell. Like, shit's just crazy. I didn't even smoke last night either. Like, usually, you know, if you smoke before you go to bed, you might wake up even feeling more dehydrated or something.
Yeah.
But like I was just fucking had a few of those, but I barely drink anymore. It's one that's like, I'm a way better human when I'm not drinking, for one. Like, especially when I'm throwing a show and trying to coordinate it, and there's 20 artists on stage. There's only supposed to be 8 or 10. And it's just like, if I'm really drunk, I'm not gonna even be thinking like it's a big deal, or even talking to the promoter, trying to get people in through security. When you're drunk, trying to like manage a show, like you can't do that.
It's just impossible, bro.
It's impossible. But yeah, drinking, that shit's all overrated, honestly.
It's very overrated, bro.
I think drinking to celebrate is completely fine. But the people that go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday because they think that's like their human obligation,
man,
you got the game fucked up.
Their program, bro. What you just said is literally the program. Yeah. It's almost like, a shout out to my Dame Dash. He always says it. It's like, so you're gonna work because half these people, they go to work every day. They're not entrepreneurs. They go to work.
Wake up on Sunday or they'll go out Thursday, wake up Friday morning to be at work at 7 a.m. and they'll be out the club till 2 and probably went to an after party till 4.
Spent all they fucking money that they made. Yeah. That's all they spent. Nothing to show for.
And even if they're out there, you know, guys buying them drinks, if it's a girl in the club buying you drinks or whatever, you just happen to be in a section getting drunk, you still fucking taxing your body. Like,
it's fucking everything up, bro. That shit, like you said, it's overrated. Drinking is definitely overrated. But like you said, it got so bad in this generation, they drink so much, they don't even know how to drink to an accomplishment because they drink every day anyway.
Literally. That was one thing I wanted to push really, really big with our Water Wave brand.
Yeah,
like,
water. Yeah.
We want to be, one, drinking a lot of water, and 2, like, we're not going to be the group that goes out to the clubs every weekend. You know, we went out a lot when we first started to like network and let people know what we do and shit. But now it's like, you don't want to, like, for anybody that's even trying to build a brand, like, there's a sense of rarity of that helps. Like there's people, you know, if you do a show, like, it's weird because it depends where you're at in your career, right? Because when we first started, we were we were telling everybody, we're passing out business cards, yo, we're Waterwave, we do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. But now it's like, if we were still doing that, people would be like, oh, I see you every Friday at Jack's. I don't need to go to your show. I don't need to buy a ticket to your show. Or artists that perform, you know, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every week. It's gonna be hard to get like people to come to your shows, or every single one of your shows, because it's like, you performed fucking 5 times this week and last week and the week before. But if you're early in your career and you're just taking these opportunities to get better and build a fan base, that's different. But
you become a regular.
You just gotta have your motive behind everything you do, I guess. But
it's almost like there's no mystique behind you because they see you everywhere. I said that when we did the panel with Motivation to Hustle. I was like, no, you dudes that just show up to the club every day, you guys, that's not the way. People are gonna soon forget about you. You're gonna be known as the guy at the club and not the guy that raps. And if it works for certain people, because I know it works for right now, it works for Skeet, you know what I mean, A-Team, but you know.
But they're pushing like
they're pushing a different brand. They're doing different things. What y'all doing is not what they're doing. They also on the road. They're doing that same shit in other fucking cities. Them dudes literally is going to other cities doing the same shit they're doing here. That's working. That's networking. That's what I call work. Not what y'all doing, just showing up to Gold Room and these other spots and just thinking that nigga's supposed to fuck with your music just because you out here looking like you spending money when it's like 30 dudes in a section and only 3 of them put it on the bottle. That's
the craziest thing to me. People have, like, not everybody, and it ends up being the people that most likely aren't going to make it in the music game. But they have the perception of what you have to do to be a music artist so backwards.
And they don't even fucking do it.
Like, you know how many music artists have never bought a bottle in a VIP section but still have blown up? And at least until they were like blown up and just sold out a show somewhere else and like, fuck it, we're doing a club night, let's do it. Like, bro, there's so many artists that you don't need to go to whatever club in Minneapolis every weekend and buy a bottle to keep up a fake image. Like, you just don't need to do that. People don't care that much. They just don't. Like, it's not like, oh damn, he bought bottle service, I'm gonna stream his new song. Like, there's no correlation. That has no correlation. And that's why it comes down to go out when you want to celebrate. Don't go out to hold an image because you're just gonna look way more corny. No one cares how much money you have. Like, in reality, unless you're just trying to get some girls.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But if you're worried about your music career, no one cares how much money you're spending on bottle service. It doesn't make your music better. It doesn't make anything about you better besides, like, you might be able to get a couple extra girls that you wouldn't get gotten because they're like, oh, he got money, man.
That's what it always be about. It be about the girls. Y'all trying to get validated from these chicks that don't even have their own place. Like, they don't even have a own home. The dudes that you think is on, that's not even their money. That's somebody else's money that they holding on, and that person's probably getting pissed off at them because you out here flirting with my money in the club. It's all a fake fucking image. I said before, I'm saying no more podcasts, man. The club is the biggest homeless shelter in America. I stand on it. You know how many people I know that's in the club that don't have shit? They live with mommy and daddy still, bro. And I'm not dissing nobody, but if the shoe fits, put the shoe on and get your ass out the situation. Look at it like that. Because and that's another thing with this generation too. There's so many opinions from people that don't have shit. How in the fuck you gonna tell somebody what they need to do in a rap career or whatever in life when you don't even have your life together? Like, you have to make it make sense. And that's the world we live in. I hate it. Because back in the day, it's like we had to get through certain stages in life before we can even say certain things. Nowadays, the internet makes it so people can just give an opinion where it's like, dude, you're not qualified to say nothing about nothing. How many times people hit you up and try to tell you how you should run your fucking platform? Do you know how crazy that shit is?
Every day.
Do you know how crazy that shit is? Like, I don't think they understand, because somebody tried to do it to me the other day. I was telling you about that earlier. You're supposed to do this if you're having, and it's all subliminal, which is unrespected. I don't respect nothing subliminal when you have my number. So it's just like shit like that. People always trying to tell people how they should run there's something, do this, and it's like they haven't even done remotely what you do. So it's like, how in the fuck can you even say this is what you need to be doing when you haven't done it? So that's the world we live in, bro.
I'm gonna give you artists a tip right here, and it's gonna work with me. It's gonna work with a lot of other media companies too. Do not approach a podcaster, a media company, whatever you want to be involved with. Do not approach them and be like, when am I gonna get on that interview? Because, like, if that's the first thing you say to a person the first time you meet them, you're probably never going to get an interview unless you just happen to be like the most cool, genuine guy after that exact moment and you have really good music or a cool brand or something. But, bro, I work in this store. I'm in a physical location 4 or 5 days a week.
Thanks.
People walk in here, guy I've never met once in my life, don't know anything about him, comes up to me, yo, bro, when are you going to invite me on that podcast? Or when am I going to get me an interview? What's your name? What do you do? That's literally I'm like, are you a rapper? What do you like? Bro will tell me I need to put him on his podcast before he tells me introduces himself to me. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to have you on my podcast if I don't know your name, I don't know if you're a rapper, I don't know if you make clothes, I don't know if you sell coke on the corner. What the
What's
fuck
your
do you
occupation?
Do? What are you trying to promote on this show?
Exactly.
What the fuck are you trying to do? And that's one thing I learned from Gary Vee when I first started my business.
Shout out to Gary Vee.
And let me put it in a perspective of a business owner besides an artist now. When I first moved to Minneapolis, I went to the club. Shout out Union Rooftop. They always showed us good love over there. Went to Union. First time ever in the club. For my friend, some guy's birthday, I had a section. First time ever in a section too. I thought this was cool as fuck.
Shit was
I
lit.
was like, yeah. I thought it was lit as fuck. I meet that in that same night. I meet Ray Mills, YP, Rowdy Life YP, Life of Keys, Cam Bennett, Mr. Organic. They were all in there. It was like YP's birthday too or something. It was like,
shout out to YP.
It was like everybody
St.
was
Paul.
in there. I'm like, damn, bro, these are big ass names. I didn't ask a single one of them to do an interview with me. I didn't ask a single one of them to come on my platform. I didn't ask a single one of them to repost me or fuck with us. I said, my name's Ricky. I just moved out here. I got this Waterway brand. We're trying to like put emotion on, trying to bring some light to the city. They, that's lit. I hope, cool. Boom. Now they know my name. They know my brand. They know my face. Fucking a month goes by. Cam Bennett follows us on the gram, hits us up. Yo, I see y'all working. Let's do a podcast. Boom. He hit me up for a podcast.
See?
After I build a bridge and I'm not like, yo, bro, come on my show, bro. Blah, blah.
They don't know about work,
you don't
bro.
know me. You don't know what I do. You don't know what's going on. Another cool example. I met Bobby Raps one time at a show before we booked him or anything. This was 2019 maybe.
I got a cool Bobby Rap story.
Long time ago. I let him know, yo, I'm Waterway. If I do this or do that, brush me off, whatever. A year goes by. He has another show out here. I DM him like, yo, I see you got a show out here. I'm gonna cover it. Like, if we could do a quick little interview backstage or something, it'd be dope. He responds, he's like, damn, y'all still out here going crazy. I've been seeing your brand everywhere. Blah, blah, blah. Hits us with the follow back. Like, oh shit, that's fire. I pull up, we do a quick little 3-minute interview backstage. One of my worst interviews ever. I was not prepared. I was scared. He was like the first time I interviewed anybody that actually did some shit. But then he hits us up for that. Fucking 2 years later, we do a show with him, or 3 years later, we do a whole show with this guy.
Oh.
He's got features with a couple of our artists. Got music videos shot with him. He, reposts our shit out the love, talks about us with his friends, puts us on with good business moves, introduces me to venue owners, club owners. If you think that the first time I met him, if I tried to pitch my whole brand, if I tried to convince him he needs to fuck with us off the first time I met him, I guarantee he would not have had the same energy the second, third, fourth time I met him off of just seeing the growth. You just got to let people see the growth. And that's even with just random people I've met that I know have money and do and make moves. I just let them see what I do. I don't bug them. People say, yo, I want to do this for you. I'm like, all right, bet. Just let me know when you want to work. I ain't bugging them. I ain't hitting their line all day, every day, because they going to see me from last month when they asked me to this month now how much we've grown, or 6 months. And that goes with every artist, any brand, anything. Just don't try to get it all off the first fucking bite. Don't.
Their approach is crazy.
It's not the right way to go, because and it's most likely, or even if you mad I ain't repost your song, I probably ain't seen you post it.
Bro, y'all got a lot of y'all post a lot of content. Y'all post a lot. Y'all post every day. A lot of content every day. So they don't understand that, especially if I don't follow you. It's not gonna go to my direct DM. It's gonna go to the
And when you're posting all day every day and you're tagging 5 people in a post, that floods your DMs too. That's why I tell people, do not DM us if you want to do business with us. If I don't know you personally, I'm not going to see your DM. It's not going to look any more appealing than the 50 other ones that I've tagged or have seen. It's just not. It's not gonna work. And if I do reply to you one time, I'm probably not gonna see a response for your whole 24 hours. Because if we post more, unless we're really at it, going back and forth trying to talk in real business. But that's what emails are for.
I was just about to say that's what you email for, and being that way you really it's really practice. What is it?
Another thing too, do not fucking tell no media company you're the hottest rapper in Minnesota.
Yeah, I hate
because
that.
Anybody that is the hottest rapper anywhere is not telling anybody they're the hottest rapper.
We gonna come to y'all.
Yeah,
we gonna ask y'all.
We gonna see you drop. You're gonna see you getting good streams, dropping good songs, consistent, posting a lot of snippets, and selling out shows.
Facts.
That's what makes you the best rapper in any sense.
Facts.
You can't be the best rapper just by saying you are, just by even if you drop good music and you got decent streams, that's still not a full package.
And you constantly saying it,
rapper.
And you constantly saying it is not gonna make people believe it.
No, nobody. The best rapper ain't telling nobody he the best rapper. He just
except Lil Wayne. No, I'm just playing. I fuck with Jay-Z more.
Well, if
anyway.
you're on that level, you can.
Yeah, you can say what the fuck you
talk your shit. But from a minute, people say you need to tap in with me. I'm the best rapper. Some guy DM me a paragraph. I wish I would have screenshot it because I would have made a funny ass post about it. But he deleted it after like 4 days.
He deleted the shit.
I never opened it completely like on Snap. But we have a Snapchat for Water Wave. I rarely even look at the messages because it's that's just the worst way to get a hold of us, the Snapchat messages. This dude talking about, I'm the best rapper in Minnesota. You need to put me on. If you put the same effort into me and Cumo and Trayson, which is 2 artists we manage, Trayson Green, I would have made y'all millions by now.
Millions?
Millions. He said millions. He's like,
why aren't you making yourself no millions?
Bro, I was going to screenshot it and be like, this artist thinks he could make me a millionaire. Should I sign him? And then like the snippet he sent me with it and just let people just roast him in the comments. You know what I mean? Because the snippet was not good at all. The music was not good. And
it wasn't even up to par. That's
crazy.
And
then before I let it sit there for like 4 days debating if I wanted to like put this guy on blast or even like maybe I put his name in there just to like make it funny. And then I'm like, I might do it. I go back, this dude deleted it. I'm like, oh, so he's like, he must have been out.
He knew.
And I even told it to Cumo, and he's like, oh yeah, I know that dude. He probably was just like, he'd be a druggie. He probably had off the drums. Oh, I'm just like, bro, like people, even last night, like some dude swiped up and said some shit like, you called that a VIP section? I performed at the Poor House when I was 16. That venue is old as hell.
He said 16. How old are you? I asked him, how old are you? You 40?
I replied and I said, LMAO, have a good night. Hope you wake up happy tomorrow. And he's like, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to come off disrespectful. I was just giving my I screenshotted it and just to like keep the record.
I don't know who raised a lot of these dudes for them to be saying the shit they say and say I didn't mean no disrespect. It's sad, man. It's really sad.
So many. It's just corny. Minnesota be corny as hell.
It's just funny. It's funny you brought up Bobby Raps, bro. You know,
what's your Bobby story?
Yeah, man. You know, Bobby me and Bobby went to high school together.
Really? What high school was that?
Went to St. Paul. He went to St. Paul Central.
St. Paul Central.
Bobby went to Creed and he transferred to Central.
Wow.
Bro, funny as shit. I tell people they don't believe it. That's why I was like, if people ever if I ever get my name up big enough, you know what I mean, it'd be like a funny story. But me, Bobby, and Colin Franken all in the same homeroom. You know, Frankie Bash.
Oh yeah.
We all in the same homeroom. Miss Holmes, like literally, like I know them. Like
damn.
That's the shit is funny. I remember last time I seen Colin, we was at one of his shows. He was with it was a Halloween pub crawl. He was with what's the lady's name? Who's the girl that he normally produces from? Revenue?
Nimic Revy now. But
Revy, yeah, Nimic. He's with her, and I was chopping up with him, and I was like, we ain't seen each other since probably 2014. I'm like, damn, look at him now. You know what I mean? Look at both of them now.
Yeah, both Grammy nominated. Frankie Bash. I don't know if Bobby Raps won a Grammy, but Frankie Bash won a Grammy for he produced that Kendrick song.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Baby Keem joint.
Baby Keem, yeah, the
Ties, that's why I was like, that shit crazy. Yeah, we all the same age. We all graduated 2011.
And people don't even give. It's crazy. I told the artist like, oh yeah, Bobby Raps, produced on the new Skrillex album with Corbin and Chief Keef. And someone's like, "Oh, he's a producer."
That's what he do.
That's what he do.
But people that think Bobby's a rapper clearly don't pay attention. That man's a producer. And
it'd be the same people that if I posted like, "Oh, Bobby Raps does this," we'd be like, "We still promoting corny ass rap." And it's like, bro, this dude is making the most moves out of anybody, even more than like a Young Gravy.
I've been doing this shit since like 20. He been doing this shit since like 2011. We graduated high school and bro really took off. And it's funny because Bobby always said this shit. Bobby's always been Bobby. For them to say if he act different, he got a little money, so of course you might dress a little bit different. But Bobby's always been Bobby. Like Bobby, Bobby cool, man. Bobby, he do what he does. He do what he got to do.
You know, are you familiar with the streamer Cenat? Cenat, the Twitch streamer.
I don't think I am.
He just did a Twitch streamathon. He streamed like basically all day every day for Black History Month, and he surpassed 300,000 Twitch subscribers, which is the most ever on Twitch. And it's $5 a month to subscribe on Twitch. So that's 1.5 million that you split with Twitch, like just in subscriptions. And he's getting brand deals and donations. He probably made like 5-10 million off that month of streaming. But kind of funny on there. He had special guests. He had special guests on there like every day. And one of the guests, Bobby Raps, came on the stream, and I was like, "What the fuck?" 'Cause I seen a screen recording on TikTok, like white guy. It was a white guy freestyle. Because Cenat's a black streamer. He always has black guests on his stream.
Is he the one that had Blueface and Krishan on there?
Yep, and
that's him. And
yeah.
she fucked up the wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
that guy.
Okay, I never knew his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
The biggest streamer in the world right now, and so they had a white
explain
boy
that to me real quick, because like, what is Twitch? Is that like streaming games in school? Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's pronounced Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah, I said Twitch. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
It's mainly for video games, but they have like a just chatting option, which he does, where you basically just sit in front of the camera, read your chat, go up, react to funny videos, and just.
So people really be on there,
bro. 300. he at any given time he had like 100,000 people watching or like 80,000 people watching at any given time, whether it was 5 a.m. or in 10 p.m. Like there's a lot of people because he's entertaining. It's like the Aiden Ross, I Show Speeds, those types of guys.
He just had G Herbo on there. They was doing the footwork shit. I watched that shit. Yeah,
everybody on there. But basically, so Bobby Raps did a rap battle, and there's a clip of it on TikTok, and he said some funny shit. But it was crazy. So Cenat uploaded the clip of the white boy rap battle, but he cut off the Bobby part. Like everybody went, and then he cut Bobby's part at the end. I was like, why the like? Was there more? Like, did he? I don't know why he cut his.
I was
Maybe
gonna
he
say
didn't
why
like
he do that.
Did he say something controversial? Like I don't know what he said because like it was a live stream event, so it's like you couldn't really go back and like find it unless
unless you watch the whole fucking stream again. That stream is probably long as shit.
Yeah, and you would probably have to like,
6 hours or some shit.
I don't know exactly how it would work, but. So, at the beginning, like, they all introduced, and I was like, Bobby Rap, my name is Bob. I've never seen Bobby nervous. This dude, Bobby, was so nervous. You can see this part on YouTube. He's so nervous. He comes in there, like, playing with his hair, pulling his hood up, tying a string, like, my name's Bobby. Like, I never heard this dude say, I'm Bobby, not I'm Bobby Raps. Like, with the chest puffed out, like, big dude, like, in Minnesota. Came on there, like, looking nervous. I was like, damn, this dude nervous. I was like, I've never seen the full video. I only seen this one screen recording on TikTok of him saying like 2 bars that we were going to post, but we're like, all right, let's try to find the full context to it. So we seen he uploaded the clip. We're like, bet we can make a fun ass post about this. And they cut his part off. But at the beginning, he's like, I'm Bobby. He said, I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. He gave a little shout out at the beginning. And they cut his part. I'm like, fuck, we wanted to post all, because we still have the clip of like the 4 bars he spit in this TikTok. But they cut his part. Like I don't know what he said in the rest of it.
That's whack as fuck. And Bobby really from St. Paul, so like people try to like he was in homeroom with me. Like I'm trying to tell you, he really that shit's dope, man. That shit's fucked up. They cut his shit off. You know what's funny? Before Bobby, he really used to like try to battle rap.
Really? Like that was his first.
Bro, he battled at school. He battled a couple dudes at school at Central. He battled my boy. Shout out my boy Sonny, man. Sonny Smooth, man. Yo. That battle, they battled right outside of school. You can ask Bobby about this. I want to see if he still remembers. I know how things change. Sonny won. Bobby had some decent bars, but Sonny won. And I'm gonna actually go back and ask Sonny how he remembers that one of these days too. Maybe we can. I know it was like, bro, like I'm talking about. It was probably about like 40, 50 people outside damn near. Right outside of Central, right by the tennis court. And they fucking battle rap. But Bobby he had like them witty, clever, like Pat Stay. If you watch battle rap, like Pat Stay, like those witty bars. That's like, but it's funny enough where it's
that's
like, damn.
That's what he was basically doing in the clip that I seen. He said it was just all like funny, like
funny
shit.
He got like the witty shit.
That's like honestly the best way for I think a white rapper to be like have like a emotion in the rap game nowadays.
Look at A-Ward. That's what he fucking perfects at.
You have to just like be witty, like on some like Detroit shit where they just find the most random bars to mesh together, even on some Milwaukee shit nowadays.
Yeah,
like you just find the most random shit to
talk
about, but it makes sense, unorthodox, and I mean that's how he ends up selling these records to famous artists too.
To be honest, yeah.
Shout out Jake Faircloth in the building.
Oh, shout out Jake, man.
So y'all doing a nice job with this. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jake, man. Appreciate you, bro.
But we are past our 11:30 time, man. You want to say anything before we send it out today?
Man, y'all be safe tonight, man. Isn't Boozy coming here tonight?
Boozy's here. Modson and Party Alone. Cool fun fact: if Modson's like 100 tickets shy of selling out tonight, if he sells out at First Ave, he gets a star.
Damn.
I didn't know that's what
he gets a star. Like
if you sell out the main room at First Ave, you get your name on First Ave.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that.
So that's I guess that's either part of the criteria or the criteria that you just got to sell out the main room.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah,
that like kind of give people something to push for. That's dope.
And it's interesting because it's like I wonder what like the limits are on that. Like if Waterwave threw a show and we had like
an artist and the artist sells 100, does he get a star?
Yeah, like does each artist get a star? Like if we had 3 headliners, like let's say how we did it at 7th Street Entry, Calvino, Cumo, Trace, and Green. If like we get to the point where we're big enough to sell at First Ave, are we getting a Waterwave star? Are they all 3 getting a star?
That'd be cool.
Like there's got to be like a weird like actual like criteria for it. And also like I don't know, like if Modson gets a star, like what about the Party Alone, who's like also on tour with him? Like I guess maybe he's not the headliner, so he's not gonna get a star most likely.
Right.
But like I wonder what like how that like what the limits are on that area. Like maybe like I know Lil TJ was out here like 4 years ago and I recorded it on YouTube and it felt like it was sold out in there. I don't know if it was exactly sold out, so maybe that's why he doesn't have a star. But like, do you have to like have
Never
done
knew
something.
that.
Maybe you have to like done something for the community too, or because like, Matson's from here, so like if he sells out, I'm sure he gets a star.
Yeah.
So it's like
Maybe you had
if you're
got to be from here physically or some
yeah,
shit.
because you know
like
how many
that.
out of state acts have probably came here.
You got a
Like any
star.
rapper, anybody that sold out First Ave, like there's a lot of names on that
There's a
wall.
lot of fucking names
so
on
I
that
could
shit.
believe it, but I wonder if like there's any other requirements besides selling it out. Because I feel like there would be way more names.
Who would you ask that? Is there like an editor for them? Like who would you ask
I
that?
don't know. I mean, I could ask maybe one of the like workers.
I'm sure that
there
y'all
and
gonna
like,
say,
or it might even be on their website, like criteria to fucking.
I'm
get
sure
out
there's
First
somebody
Ave.
that has the answer to that because that's a good question for sure.
Yeah, and also on Thursday we're gonna try to put together this March Madness bracket
Oh yeah.
for rappers. We're gonna try to come up with some names.
Hey, don't be in y'all
Go
feelings
live.
because I'll be harsh, man.
We gonna
I
break.
love
it down,
y'all though.
and then we're gonna start voting right after we're done with it. But you'll see some promo on our gram this week for everybody to know kind of what we got going on and for people to start whining already before we even drop it. But yeah, anything you want to say before we send it out again?
Everybody just be safe. Make sure you tap in, man. Tap into the morning show, man, every Thursday and Saturday, you know. Tap into Waterwave TV, Say No More podcast. Make sure you just tap into to everything we got going on, you know. So we just here trying to work.
Yes, sir. I'm Ricky. That was Wayne. Make sure you follow us. Our Instagrams have been on the screen for y'all to see. They will also be in the description. I noticed I didn't put it in the description last time, but we're going to add that right now.
Hey.
So go subscribe to his channel, subscribe to our channel, follow us on the gram, all that cool stuff. We'll